Did you guys know that Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire are teaming up for another Spider-Man 4?
Is that true? I thought that was a fake.
Welcome
I thought
back to
somebody
the Anime Alchemist podcast. My name is Emery.
My name's Gary.
My name's Martine. I thought that was fake.
I don't know.
I don't believe anything I see on the internet anymore, man, bro. People have been saying that for years. But if it's
All
true,
over the place. I
What-
mean, that's like saying, I don't know, is
I
a
didn't
new season
know.
of Black Clover really going to come back?
I didn't know about that.
No.
No, I didn't know about that. Is that for real?
It's some shit that's been going around a lot recently.
So who's the villain?
yeah, I was about to say.
Vulture?
Vulture.
But like, is this tied to the MCU or is this its own thing? Part of like,
Tobey Maguire's thing.
Yeah, but Tobey Maguire was in an
it's
MCU
a,
film.
It's a Spider-Man 4.
yeah. So if it's part of its own universe, if it doesn't have any ties with Marvel, I'm hyped for it.
So, like, yeah, essentially. I mean, with everything that they've done recently, everything's low-key canon connected.
Yeah.
They've
I
introduced the
guess.
multiverse. Like,
yeah, true.
like
It'll
even-
never not be.
Even
canon.
the new Spider-Man, like, Into the Spider-Verse movie, like, they referenced, like,
Yeah.
Andrew,
shit-
right?
Yeah.
Huh?
They referenced all three.
Yeah.
like they referenced. Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Haven't
They
seen
showed
it.
like little images
See?
of each of them.
Gotcha. Okay.
And,
I
like,
saw like a screenshot of it. I didn't
and
know
so,
if that was
like,
It was cool too, cause like the live action being overlaid like in holographic form with animation,
Mhm.
like it wasn't jarring. It was good.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Well, if they do it right, if they just keep it Sam Raimi related, and sure, it can be MCU technically because
Mhm.
it's part of like a multiverse, but as long as like I don't want to see any of like the Avengers show up, I don't want anything that we've seen in the main MCU timeline to show up in this movie because it's gonna ruin it. For sure.
So we're talking after Spider-Man 3 where Venom shows up and
Yeah.
I hear that whole all of that.
Maybe even like it would even be like an event like after No Way Home.
Oh, when he's like older,
Yeah.
and all that. Okay, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, unless they like CGI him to look young, which I don't think is a good idea.
Yeah, no.
Okay, cool.
I
Well,
mean, he seemed to have his shit pretty figured out. But it was funny. He was he wearing sweatpants?
No.
No. Okay.
And just because I know
Close
Martine's
enough.
a little bit concerned, it's episode 94. I did change the number.
dang, I was like,
Appreciate you guys for listening. When the episodes drop on Wednesday, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Make sure you guys check out the video on YouTube, Anime Alchemist Podcast. The video does come out a day early on Spotify, just so you guys know. Now let's talk about some anime.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning, I gotta go on the week.
Like always.
Shit, I don't even have the thing pulled up. That's my bad, guys.
Well, let me just tell you, it's after you watched that One Piece episode last night. How'd you? Oh, actually, before we do
What
that,
I was gonna say.
very, very quick. Shout out to Larry, the Uber driver in Houston. Homie took me and Pablo to a concert a few weeks back, and Homie has watched all the anime. The last big thing he needs to watch is One Piece, but he has watched everything else. To where I was like, "We good? You're good, dude." Mans has read and watched all of Magi, and I was like, "Bro, you are one of the handful of
God.
people that I know that have watched and read it." So fucking
Chef's
kudos to
kiss.
you.
Yeah,
Shout out to
kudos.
you. Immediate 5 stars. I gave him the best tip I could. He's fucking awesome. So I didn't recommend the podcast because I don't like plugging myself like that. It seems pretentious, but Pablo loves talking about it. So he was like, "Hey, by any chance do you like podcasts?" And I'm like, "Fucking Pablo." Like, shut up. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I love podcasts." And it's like, "Well, wouldn't you know, my brother right here has an anime podcast." And I'm like, "Fuck off, Pablo." Thank
bro,
you, but
hey,
like,
hey.
He's the best. I love
He's the
him.
best. I love
He's so-
Pablo.
he's
That's
so
when you
great.
immediately just turn around and be like, sorry, man, I was trying to keep it modest, but
I even told him, I was like, "Bro, I'm sorry. Like, I don't do that. I'm not the kind of guy that's always like, oh, follow me on this, follow me on that." Like, no.
But like, I can't help my brother being like one of my best supporters. Like, I'm sorry.
Did he check it out though?
He said that he was going to, yeah. And I told him like the name of it. He's like, "Oh, I think I've actually heard of that." So,
Larry, I hope you hear this fucking episode, bro.
so if you happen to hear this, shout out to you, man. You know, thanks for the ride.
But yeah.
it was awesome actually. It took a minute.
Now, if you are listening, this is the point you need to turn the fuck around right now, okay? There's massive like One Piece anime spoilers right now.
Yeah, this is a very One Piece centric episode. So big things are happening / coming.
Luffy dead.
Luffy died.
Well, it's July 30th, so this is before the August 6th episode. We just have to address that now.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
come out after that.
Yes.
You know, obviously we will talk about that later on. But
later
like
episodes
we
to
we
come.
have to talk about our impressions because that cliffhanger was insane.
Right.
There's no way Luffy's dead. Don't talk to me like that.
His heart stopped, bro. That is.
You too?
You
Huh?
can see his soul leaving
It
his
did.
body.
No, it 100% did. It stopped, and then the
was
drum beats
Zoro's
came back.
body. Or Zoro's soul going to the wrong body. It's Luffy's body.
We all know he gets lost.
Oh shit! But still,
No, that was a fucking cliffhanger, and it was crazy because I've been waiting for this obviously forever, and they like the panel looks identical. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it looks damn near exactly the same, but with color. Obviously the only difference being there's no like speech bubbles, but it was fucking awesome. And the cool thing is that I was telling Gary is that you obviously see the hair transform into that like weird thing, like the weird shape it has.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's obvious it was hair. For the manga people, it was not obvious it was hair. Everybody thought that that panel of him, like his hair being like that, it looked like people were thinking it was like resin or something, or it was like him melting kind of, and that's where the theories really popped off. He's like, oh my god, like, is it an awakening? Like, is he, you know, the resin and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what we had to go off of because, like, something's happening to him. Something's coming really big. And I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna say after you watch it. I've been waiting so long.
It had me so irritated. The moment, like, the moment, like, I started hearing the drums, I was like, no. And then as I started getting more hyped, I was like, this episode's going to end real soon.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Zunisha started talking.
Yeah.
Momonosuke,
Mm-hmm.
do you hear them? I can hear them.
It,
The drums of liberation.
Zunisha even got, like,
yo.
light in
Yeah,
her
light in
eyes,
the
like,
eyes.
just like,
She said hasn't heard the drums of liberation in 800 years.
Coincidentally, it was
Yeah,
a while ago.
coincidentally, that's whenever Zunisha committed that crime with Joy Boy 800 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Joy Boy, sun god Nika, because they be talking about it with Luffy's devil fruit.
I'm
So me and Emery were talking earlier,
Mhm.
and I was like, so what's happening? Like, if
What
it
the
was
fuck
an
is going on?
Awakening of some sort, like, you know, clearly, like the environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it affects the environment too. And in the past, we've talked about this. Like, you know how Asta's grimoire has a demon inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, maybe that's how devil fruits operate, right?
That
We've
they have,
talked-
like, some kind of-
We've talked about this in the past. Like, if a zone devil fruit is fed to an object, it has its sentience of its own.
Luffy doesn't have his own.
Okay, but, like,
He's there's a transformation happening.
I mean, but he's a paramecia.
that we know about.
Yeah, he was paramecia, then he was a special paramecia. Now he's
Maybe he's a Logia. Who knows?
dog. This they
Bros.
reclassified.
Such a piece of
Just follow me. They reclassified Luffy's devil fruit. Right, the government did. They're here to kill him because they know he has it.
Mhm.
Who heard about it, and the guards who mentioned it got killed.
Who?
I'm sorry.
Who's who?
Who's who?
And the guards who killed them, or who mentioned it, got
Mhm.
killed too.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a big deal.
So it's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big secret. Right. They're talking about Sun God Nika.
Right.
Right. They hid the. So I was telling him earlier. I was like, what if like with the revive fruit, right?
The skulls? Or skulls?
Brooks.
Brooks.
fruit. The
Oh.
revive fruit. He ate it.
Right.
There was a stipulation for it activating. Him dying.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
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 It activated. He was able to come back to his body. Blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
Now he's got all these other fucking crazy
All
abilities.
these other abilities, right? So what if Luffy ate his own a mythical zone,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sun God Nika. Makes sense. And it altered his body, just like, oh, this is like the base change,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? Like Chopper's base change was he instantly had intellect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. The intellect like of a human, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of an incredibly intelligent human.
Mm-hmm. You could walk upright and everything just like a human.
Mhm. He
Very
was altered
sentient.
on a base level because of that.
Right.
That's what happened to Luffy.
I mean, that's a pretty solid. I like that, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't see any holes in that, to be honest.
And now we're finally seeing the next level of that.
Like what
Yeah.
happens to like.
I don't believe he's dead.
Oh, he's not dead anymore.
I mean,
This is the end of One Piece. Luffy dead. Ah, Bunny Lord was right this whole time. She's been telling us.
Like, if I'd be so upset. I'd be so upset.
But realistically, I expect Luffy to be dead by the end of the show. You know, at least like a time skip, like after he's gone, and like, what if like Skull is, or why do I keep
Bro,
calling him?
his name is Brooke.
Brooke. Please edit that out. I
No,
sound
we're
like the
leaving that.
worst fan ever. Oh, it's because I'm like thinking Soul, and it sounds like Skull. I think that's why. I don't know. Yeah, Brooke. I forgot what I was saying. What the fuck was I saying?
He's gonna be the one telling the story.
He's gonna be the one telling the story at the end of the series, and like, you know, telling the tale of like the Straw Hat Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool.
I mean,
That's the only time I expect Luffy to die.
So Luffy's Joy Boy.
mm-hmm.
I mean, we were talking about it too. Is like, well, okay, clearly, like, something's going on with his devil fruit in his body, and that like, that led me to going down that line of thinking, right?
Yeah.
But then we were also thinking about like, maybe Joy Boy is just a concept,
Okay.
right?
Like a
an
title, maybe?
Like an ideal.
like an epithet or an
Mm,
ideal.
mhm. That's what I've thought. I always thought that, like,
It's like they were really
an epithet.
emphasizing before the drums of liberation and everything. Like, people believe in Luffy and did not want to believe he went down. And even Nami is like, keep your promise like you always do. Stand up and fight.
yeah. No, and that's a good point, because this episode made it very obvious that, like, she also had a very important, like, you know, role in maybe the activation of all this. I don't know if it is or not, but, you know, she clearly, like, her will and her wanting him to, like, you know, come back and believing in him, I think is a very important aspect that might get overlooked by people.
Even early on in the arc, we had that scene that, like, we even kind of said felt like forced, like Big Mom being like, say he won't become Pirate King, and she's like, no, Luffy will become a king of pirates. Like, I feel like I'd lose something, or we'd lose something if I doubt it. You know,
She
it
believes
might
that
be
hard.
like a belief.
His will, his ideology is so powerful that like the people he directly influences, like makes them like unshakable themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, even Mihawk said way back in the day, like, Luffy's greatest ability is his power to attract other people and get them on his side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it seems like a warrior of liberation or something like that should possess a solid trait like that, basically.
And okay, and so like I was telling him, like, I think like whoever the previous, I guess, person who was Joy Boy was the last person that ate the Goma Goma no Mi.
Yeah, probably, right?
Right, and is probably the person that did a lot of shit with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like now, like that, like Luffy has like kind of awakened it. It's not so much like Joy Boy's returned. It's just somebody has like awakened the like ability to like, I don't know, be that joyful like person.
to actually like
To carry out that
exert
will, maybe.
Yes.
influence on the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I think
that
it makes sense, because like the government, I mean, Joy Boy had to have done something obviously to oppose the world government, and they wouldn't be so against, so wanting to like take out Luffy after learning all this if he didn't affect something way back in the day. And I like that, like the warrior of liberation, like he probably, I have a feeling there was this like great war between, you know, like it is now the world government and like the older the ancient kingdoms and everything, and maybe he led the ancient kingdom. He has some kind of tie to them.
Yeah.
And I see him being on the opposing side. I just want to know what was the conclusion of all that. Like, how did we get from that to here, right? The fuck happened in the Void Century is essentially my question.
What if
That's why we have Robin.
the Will of D are just descendants of the last Joy Boy?
Maybe that's also something I've seen in the community.
See,
The
but
Will of D is
like,
important.
You think he went around and fucked that many people?
No, again,
No, but
I
800
think,
years is a
Like,
long
maybe-
time
maybe
for.
not direct descendants.
I
but,
feel like it was probably like
maybe
back in the
maybe
day-
people who followed him.
exactly
Like,
turn around
like
and
it's like, oh, you know, if you're a follower of Joy Boy.
Exactly.
You know, if you believe your family can like follow this ideal, then like pass on the name of D.
Yeah.
And
To
like,
one day bring forth like the next,
the new dawn. I mean, they
The
keep
next
saying
joy.
the new dawn.
the new dawn,
It's the dawn of a new era.
Yeah, that's got to be some. Yeah, I like that a lot, and that
the
makes
will of a new dawn.
We cracked the One Piece.
Damn.
Well, you know, this is cool because like we'll get to see later on. By the time we know the actual answer, we'll be able to go back and see how spot on we were or not. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why this is
like a mini time capsule, kind of. I wanted to mention also before we move on from One Piece stuff. Stop hating on the CGI Kaido. We know it looks weird and not great, but it's funny, and they're saving their budget for the next few episodes. So shut up.
seriously. If they spent time making the CGI Kaido flying around in all those different scenes look as good as they made Momo look, right? Because even like I understand it might be jarring seeing multiple art styles like that, but they're allocating the resources where we want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. This is like everything that we need to see that needs to look good has looked great.
And will continue to look great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. No doubt in my mind.
I've avoided the internet like the plague. So the trailer.
Keep it up. One more week,
that
man,
came
please.
out,
One more week.
I have not seen.
Good. Just
I have
keep it up.
people who threatened to send it to me. I'm like, I'll delete your content.
They have fucking marketed the shit out of this event essentially for the last like couple months, and it's just insane to me that like no restriction whatsoever. Like boom, here you go. Like this is what it is. Just
I've never seen One Piece put out a trailer for an episode.
I think they did it for Zoro.
They didn't even do
King.
it for the 1000th episode.
No, they didn't do it for that.
Which
Yeah.
is so nuts. They're just like, yeah, no.
They dropped the trailer.
That trailer got me
I
hyped.
haven't seen it.
You avoid it.
I'm
Just
not- I'm
keep
not
it up.
gonna
I'm
watch it.
glad.
I'm gonna watch it when the full episode, actually drops.
Yeah.
But
I'm so excited. It's
He's
cool.
gonna lose his shit, I bet.
the fact that they've been hyping it up for so long just goes to show you, man.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be a big event. Let them take their time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had a 2-week break.
It didn't even like feel
It
like a
didn't feel
break,
like it.
honestly.
We had a
We-
2-week
No.
We just constantly like keep getting blessed with great episodes, so
Yeah.
it doesn't even make those breaks seem long, in my opinion.
I'll be honest, like I have no complaints from like the episode we just watched because like okay, the CGI was like fine, that's great, but like getting to see Nami do that, have her moment, and then like of course like how it ended, like bro, I could care fucking less. This is some crazy shit that's been set up that I'm just like, yeah, what's next?
And like it's cool seeing that they take this as seriously as they do because they know how important it is to the fans. They've been working on these episodes apparently for the last 7 to 8 months now. That's insane for a production team to work on a couple episodes, for that long. They're getting talents and animators from all over the world, from a bunch of different, that speak a bunch of different languages and everything too. Like they're putting everything they've got into these, so I'm really happy and excited to see the outcome. I know it's just gonna be great. What a time to be a One Piece fan.
But like
I definitely feel like Kaido's bigger.
yeah,
Mhm.
man. Like I've seen him like lay down on a mountain essentially.
Like he dwarfs a normal person. A normal person looks smaller than
Yeah.
a Funko in
Yeah.
comparison to us. Like
That's a good comparison.
He blew that entire fucking mountain away, remember?
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
with a single Boro breath. It was so crazy. He blew that mountain away, and Luffy tanked a fucking Boro breath. to the
Multiple
face.
now by now.
Multiple. But oh yeah, it's my guts.
I do think that Kaido is bigger. Also because, like, if you scale, like, Dragon Ball is on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
One Piece is not on Earth.
Earth.
The world of One Piece is much bigger than Earth.
Yeah.
So just sheer, like, size comparison by that, like, planet versus planet, dragon versus dragon, I think Kaido is significantly bigger.
Like Onigashima in comparison to like the average city, like
It's probably as big, if not bigger, than an average, like West City in Dragon Ball or
like
something.
if you dropped that like that island,
Mm-hmm.
in like due center of like Houston, I'm sure we're fucked.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not like close to downtown, but we're fucked.
Yeah. Maybe people out in Fulshire would be okay.
Yeah, maybe Katie.
Old Katie will live on.
Yeah, old Katie will live on.
I think
Oh,
I saw a picture of somebody putting like Connecticut, not Connecticut, like I don't know, it's another state
Mm-hmm.
over Houston, and it's like
Oh yeah, I saw that
entire
too.
State, dog.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Houston is as big as like
Houston
one
is
of the
as big
states.
as some states.
You can fit multiple states in Texas.
No wonder it takes an hour to get from fucking Houston to Houston.
Every fucking day. I fucking hate it.
I hope to God some Houstonians are listening and they're like, fucking right, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking right. Just sitting there in traffic. Reading it right now.
I am very glad that you brought up Dragon Ball though, like with the Shenron thing, because I have been wanting to make like a little public service announcement and comment on some stuff that I've been seeing.
Drop that big dick on him, Martin.
I have been on anime Twitter recently. You know, the podcast does have a Twitter account. We don't really promote it too much, but if you want to follow us, go for it. We talk
Anime
sometimes.
Alchemist podcast.
Yeah, it's not the best plug, but we're out there. But I honestly use it to kind of keep up with what's going on, trends, things like that, you know, and just kind of be involved in the community to see what's going on. And what's been going on is for the last like month or month and a half, the Dragon Ball and One Piece community have just been trying to shit on each other nonstop every single fucking time. It has been a nonstop toxic shit show of fans saying, oh, well, like this One Piece episode, like what's going to happen is more iconic than Super Saiyan already, blah, 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 like shitting all over it and trying to just force everybody to think that One Piece is the greatest thing since sliced bread. We're all One Piece fans here, obviously. If you don't know by now, relax. One Piece is great. Yes, Oda is amazing at what he does, but like, why does it have to be better than everything else? Why do you have to insist on that? Like, it doesn't make sense. Stop trying to.
Can Daddy light him up?
Yeah, just
All right, I
fucking
got you.
relax. Go for it.
All right, so what appears to be the fucking issue here, okay? There is a lot of old people. Like, I'm gonna address both sides, okay? The people, the diehard Dragon Ball fans, okay? You guys need to understand. Yes, the series is goated. It's amazing.
Iconic.
It's iconic, okay?
It paved the way. We understand that.
100%. What you need to now accept is that One Piece is entering that domain. It is, okay? Like, it's doing shit that no other series has
It's
ever
paving
fucking
another-
done. It is. It is setting up a whole new generation. So you guys need to, like, just kind of understand by the time this series is finished, it's going to be in the golden series where it's just like, you can't fucking compare it to anything else because nothing else
Can compare to that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it can reach those like goals. Like, my God, One Piece is damn near the best-selling comic of all time. Almost, it is number 2 under Superman and above Batman.
Now, with the individuals that are just diehard One Piece fans, I get it. This is a glorious moment for us. We are eating better than ever. Calm the fuck down. We wouldn't have any of this shit if it wasn't for Dragon Ball. Put some goddamn fucking respect on the name.
For real, it doesn't have to be better than Dragon Ball.
It doesn't fucking have to be.
Bro,
Like,
I also have to address those people who, no offense, started watching One Piece like when the internet
Blew
set
it up?
Yeah, set it ablaze and caught up, and now you're trying to like affirm that you're a fan. We get it. We're all fans. We fucking love it. All right? Just don't be toxic about it. Don't try to ruin someone's enjoyment. It's literally in the series.
Yeah.
If you watched it, you should know.
yeah, yes.
Honestly,
yes!
fantastic point that no one has brought up. You're retroactively like doing the opposite of what the show is even about. Like,
Yes, exactly. Like,
you are the world government of the anime communities, man. Fucking
Yeah.
relax.
You're Usopp. You're Usopp at Shaki's bar, asking Rayleigh what the One Piece
I was
is.
like, in what regard?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, man.
Don't ruin the adventure.
seriously.
Just let people enjoy it. Enjoy it how they want.
and let the people enjoy what they like. Like,
Yeah. Like,
Look,
let's
man.
celebrate both of them. They're both fucking great. Stop. Like, one does not have to be better than the other one, in my opinion. Like,
you know what they both fall under? Japanese anime. Guess what? We all like it. Like,
well, like,
bro, just like, instead of like saying like how much one is better than the other, why don't you like compare things that you like about the other and be like, well, I like this. Like you don't have to be like, I don't like that. Like why? What sense does like just being like, well, I don't like this about Dragon Ball. I don't like this about One Piece. Like, what does that actually do? Why don't you just actually turn around and say, I like this. I like this.
I got
because
you.
that opens up to it.
I got a good example.
Okay, go for it.
Both of them, Dragon Ball Z, and we'll say superheroes because the movie specifically, and One Piece, both are doing crazy things with their animation.
So
Yeah.
true.
Dragon Ball Super, that was super experimental. They were using 3D CGI and making it look like 2D. Flat animation with speed lines, like that's hard to do. That takes a lot of money. That takes a lot of hard work. You have to be able to recognize that. Like they're making leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Right? One Piece is doing the same thing, but they're incorporating all different types of art styles and direction styles.
From around the world, mind you. Like we're getting American animators working on One Piece now.
They're just bringing in all the talent that they can, right? They're trying to raise the bar. They're doing the crazy shit that nobody else is doing. That's why everybody talks about them. That's something they both have in common.
They're put out by the same animation studio.
Some of them share voice actors.
Yeah, dude.
Krillin, the best friend of Goku, is Luffy. If the voice actor for Luffy passed away, God forbid, passed away before the series ended, the voice actor for Goku would pick it up.
And she's like specifically stated that she would want her to take over that role. That's respect if I've ever seen any. Like, that's respect among two goats, you know? Why can't the communities do the same?
Seriously.
You know what's funny too is like Oda recently, when I say recently, I was reading a few articles, but like he had said something along the lines of like, I kind of wish I got a little more backlash, you know, because I would love to end the series off like just being goofy, doing what I want, like having to be silly, because like, you know, I went this far, like might as well.
My story.
Like make it for me and have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what's crazy? Akira Toriyama kind of did the same thing at the end of the Majin Buu arc. Remember? That's why he made a villain out of bubblegum.
Yeah, and
It was a joke. He was trying to like downplay his writing and make it so bad that people didn't want more.
Which is weird.
I also heard that he like based his designs off some of the characters, or at least personalities, off of some of his editors. I don't know how true that is, but I think I want to say it's true. If not, maybe he took some inspiration from it. But I think that's really funny. Like, I think Majin Buu was inspired by someone he knows. Maybe not necessarily physically or whatever, or maybe it
But
was
like
physically. I don't know.
personality, just like
Yeah. So I think that's kind of funny that like he takes that and inserts it into his manga.
They look. They both have stuff in common. Like
Yeah.
geniuses
Oda's like
think alike.
straight out came out and said like the best part about like what he's done with his world is that if he wants to like write about cowboys, he'll just take them to a fucking cowboy island.
True, yeah, he
Like-
can do anything he wants
Yeah.
because the islands are so like
Fucking
diverse.
wacky and diverse. Like
Yeah.
you know, he can do anything he wants on that world. That world is fucking nuts.
Yeah, we've gotten like a desert, you know, not cowboys, but like a desert theme island. We've
Yeah,
gotten the
I mean,
samurais now.
We basically got cowboys. There was a Whiskey Peak dog, bounty
true.
hunters.
Oh, shit,
There was-
yeah.
Robin did have a cowboy outfit, so
Boom.
yeah, confirmed. You get a lot. You get a whole like Spanish fucking salsa episode with Dressrosa.
Dressrosa, yeah.
That was sick representation, right? There's a lot of cool shit. You even got like a crazy science, crazy scientist
Yeah.
type arc.
Bro, we got fucking Candyland.
Yeah. And like one of the best romance things he's ever written.
Yeah.
Because like he says that he hates writing romance because he knows that shonen is for like teenage boys, but like then he turns around and writes fucking Whole Cake
Whole Cake
Island.
Island, like-
It makes me cry.
Like, yeah.
Bro,
Whoa.
dude, her taking those memories, bro. Like, damn, poor Sanji.
So sad.
Oh,
We never mentioned Monster.
oh shit.
Yeah. So if anybody knows, Oda back in the day wrote a one shot called Monsters, and it featured a samurai because you know he loves samurai, and that is actually now confirmed to be the descendant, it is confirmed to be Ryuma.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're getting a Ryuma like backstory anime.
Which is really good because I've actually like recently seen like a lot of people like coming out like, oh, and, like speculations and like theories on like Ryuma, and I'm like, guess what? You can like canonly like find out about this now.
Fact check
Like you
yourself.
can fact check this shit.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. It's like if the possibility for Monster to get an anime adaptation is like here
Off of a one shot.
off of a one shot,
yeah.
and say it does well, who's to say we couldn't get Ace's story as an anime adaptation?
I would
We could
love
get
that.
Law's backstory. Like he also got a one shot.
That'd be cool. No, that'd be cool.
Like
I'd like to see.
that'd
it.
be cool.
Bro, I'm honestly like, damn, what are Law and Kid thinking right now? Like they saw Kaido come down, they're probably just like,
Fuck.
what the fuck happened up there?
You had one job.
Wait,
Like,
wait.
he was the one guy duking it out.
I do want to go back something like Money Lord. You can help me out with this one. Law can hear Luffy's voice.
I noticed that last night and I forgot, I guess, about that.
I was like,
He was like,
oh, that's
Mhm.
kind of.
I kind of glazed over that.
Yeah, like.
Law just be all kinds of special.
Is that like similar to how Momo could hear Luffy's voice?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe he can hear the voice of all things. What's crazy?
He is a member like of the D clan.
but on
But not all of them can do that.
Sure.
On Zunisha, he didn't like freak out the way they both did.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
that's-
also cooler, and he can keep his cool when he gets like really information. Like he's not gonna just run up and be like, "Oh my god, did you guys like hear that?" No, he's
Did y'all
gonna
hear that too?
Damn, what if like low key? What if?
calm.
Okay, hold on. True, but like, you're gonna tell me like after
my
seeing how like
God.
Luffy reacted,
Mm-hmm.
Law's not gonna sit there and be like, "What the fuck?"
No, because you underestimating him.
There's
secretive little
there's a
bitch.
lot of evidence to prove why I should.
Okay, well, because you have no hope and belief in my
No
man.
flamingo.
Chill.
If you were saying like if we think that all the people with the D initial can hear each other's voice, would that make Zunisha D elephant?
What the fuck? Oh my god! Nope, that's
I
it.
thought Emery was doing anime dad jokes.
No, that's not. That's for fuck.
I felt inspired. Thank you.
Down D stairs.
That's Toy Boy.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones.
Fuck.
Down
Okay.
D stairs.
All right. I appreciate you guys for listening.
Oh, thank y'all.
God, and less brain cells on that last. What the fuck?
Hey,
guys?
you're gonna return the favor when you do your dad jokes soon. So,
Tune in for other episodes. Alchemist out.
welcome us out.
Alchemist House.